The lessons that Iceland brings to the climate discussion are twofold. First of all, we have the largest glaciers in Europe, and we have been studying them for over half a century. We know from that research they are receding fast. So simply by looking at the glaciers in our own country, we witness climate change happening firsthand. But secondly, we have also evolved a renewable energy system where we have moved during my lifetime from being dependent 80% on imported oil and coal, and now being 100% renewable energy for all electricity production and all house heating. So on the one hand, Iceland exhibits the problem of how climate change is aggressively taking place. And on the other, we demonstrate that solution is possible. Additional lesson that my country can bring to the debate is to demonstrate that to move away from oil and coal over to clean energy is in fact a very good business. It lowers the energy prices, it creates prosperity for new companies, for families, for the entire nation. And this was clearly evident during the financial crisis, where Iceland suffered a lot but then recovered. Among other things, primarily due to the renewable energy investment in the previous decades. But we have also brought our technology to other countries, and there we have discovered that the host governments, international companies and investors, as well as the advocates of renewable energy, are very, very strong partners. So what is new here in Paris and in recent years is that the business world has increasingly discovered that the transformation over to renewable energy and thus preventing climate change in the future is good for business, good for the national economies, and good for the global economy. Without such partnership in the business world, it would be very difficult for political leaders or environmentalists to achieve success. So on balance, I think perhaps the most important transformation is this new awareness among business leaders all over the world. Demonstrated, for example, by Sinopec in China, which is now our partner in the largest geothermal urban heating project in the world. So without strong involvement from the business community, we would have very little chance of preventing climate change. The importance is best demonstrated by how we come here and tell our story. Tell the story of how one of the poorest nations in Europe, a nation of farmers and fishermen, was able during one generation to become a global leader in renewable energy, and thereby building a very prosperous economy with a very strong welfare system and great opportunities for every citizen. And as you know, in recent years or decades, the debate about climate change and renewable energy has been that it is visionary politics, it needs subsidies, it doesn't really make economic sense, all these arguments that have been put against moving in that direction. Iceland is an excellent example that all these arguments are wrong, that it makes extraordinarily good sense for a country, for a nation, for the economy to move in this direction. So by being here, we hope to share our story and thus inspiring others. In addition, I have tried to describe how we have internationally brought our technology and partnership to countries in Asia, in Africa, in the Americas, and thereby also demonstrating that even a small country can become an important partner in different parts of the world in their renewable energy transformation.